So after what seems like no damn time at all, we got ourselves a new killer. Or should I say killers. Blight came out in September, and in early November, we are introduced to the twins, a duo of killers that can separate at will and be controlled. Looking at the power, it may not seem like much, but the small baby brother's ability to pounce is going to become a huge threat as time goes on and people master the killer. Not to mention, Victor is quite literally a little shit, and it's incredibly hard to track his movements in a loop, meaning mind games are going to be a huge advantage while in the baby mode. Not only that, Victor can hop over pallets, obstacles, and even through windows, and with his incredibly short cooldown, you can make mistakes and not suffer too much from it. To me, Victor seems like a great ability to negate loops once you mastered his lunge. All you gotta do is get the timing right and you can easily line up shots when they vault a pallet or window, which is actually very similar to the pyramid head strat used for his projectile. Moving on to his sister, it's a bit disappointing that she's just an M1 killer while Victor gets to have all the fun. Hell, even when Victor is out, he acts like a ward that will alert you to survivors' positions when they're near him. Of course, survivors can actually spend time killing the little shit, but by then you'll be on your way ready to stab them. However, before I list some early strengths and weaknesses I've noticed, there's one big problem I would like to talk about. Now, I haven't played much games with the twins yet, so this is early speculation, but I'm afraid the twins might see a rise in camping killers. Hear me out. You down a survivor and put them on a hook. From there, you walk a few steps away and Victor can be placed. Once as Victor, you can look around the map for other survivors, but let's say in the middle of a chase while you're playing as Victor, you get the unhook notification. You can switch back to Charlotte at any time, meaning you'll be right there able to read down the hook survivor or possibly punish the savior. To me, camping is the most boring bullshit in the game. I avoid doing it unless the situation calls for it, but I'm starting to notice the twins might be more effective campers than Bubba or Pyramid Head, because the one downside of camping is you give survivors time to do gens. Although with Victor, you can negate this downside, becoming the ultimate camper. Now this might suck, but I think I have a workaround. To prevent the promotion of a camping playstyle, I say when you're controlling Victor, the icon change and sound notification that happens when an unhook is done will not play, and you will only be informed of that when you're controlling the sister. Again, this is mainly to prevent a boring camping playstyle, because let's be honest, it's not fun and it's kind of unfair to the unlucky shit that got caught. Anyways, let's move on to some early strengths and weaknesses of the killer so far. For the strengths, the killer has a genuinely unique mechanic, and it makes it much more fun to explore and experiment with. While the ability is simple, it offers a massive amount of options for the player to take advantage of. Expect a variety of playstyles depending on what perks you use. Victor takes skill to use, but once people master his lunge, I could see this killer becoming a major threat to seasoned loopers. When all is said and done, I feel like this killer may get a comfortable spot in mid tier, but I think perks will greatly influence where on the tier list this killer lands, so stick around till then. Now for the weaknesses, there's a skill curve, and without regression perks, you could waste too much time on a single chase. I noticed being far from the baby can actually make you lose a ton of progress, even if you land a hit. Remember, you still have to go back to the sister, and then track the survivor if you didn't down them, meaning you will lose any map pressure you just created with Victor. This is not much of a weakness, but again, I'm kind of afraid camping will be promoted with this killer when more players catch on to that strat. That's it for my first impressions with this killer. One thing I love is, despite playing a few matches, I can already see so many strategies you can do with this killer. From body blocking to ambushing, I think the killer is in a decent place at the moment, but time will tell if it needs buffs or not. If you want more Dead by Daylight videos along with some other stuff, you should subscribe, as I'll eventually tackle this killer in the guide. Trust me, there's gonna be some 400 IQ shit you'll be able to do with her. If you like the video, you should like the video. But I'm Chris from Genuine Chill, and thank you for chilling with me.